Have you ever felt like a place should be finished, but somehow it still feels active? In the vast Nevada desert, there are small towns that were born from one thing: hope, gold, silver, the chance to become rich overnight. People arrived quickly and left even faster. The problem is, not everything is left with them. Some buildings were abandoned with no purpose. Roads still exist, but no longer lead to life. And in some places, something feels left behind. Not physically, but in the atmosphere. Welcome to the 15 creepiest small towns in Nevada. In the quiet Nevada desert, Nelson is not just a ghost town. It feels like a place refusing to fully die. From a distance, all you see are weathered wooden buildings, rusted old vehicles, and dusty roads. But the closer you get, the atmosphere changes. The silence here is not just empty, it feels heavy. Nelson was once known as El Dorado, a harsh and unforgiving gold mining center. In the mid-19th century, the place was filled with miners, gamblers, and people who came not to live long, but to get rich fast or die trying. Violence was not rare. Historical records mention murders, robberies, and even lawless executions happening as if human life had no value here. Today, almost no population remains. The old buildings still stand as if they were abandoned in a hurry. Not every town dies slowly. Rhyolite feels like it was abandoned in one breath. Fast, sudden, and without any explanation that feels comforting. In the early 1900s, this place was once a symbol of hope. Within just a few years, Rhyolite changed from empty land into a town with banks, schools, and even an opera house. Thousands came, carrying big dreams into the Nevada desert. But when gold prices fell and the mines began to dry up, everything collapsed. Not slowly, but like a system suddenly switched off. People left, businesses closed, and buildings were simply left empty. Today, all that remains are concrete wall frames, windows without glass, and roads that no longer lead anywhere. What makes Rhyolite feel different is its atmosphere. There is no sign of life. No sound of activity, only desert wind moving through empty buildings. Goldfield was not slowly forgotten. It feels more like it fell from the top, then was left to rot where it landed. In the early 1900s, Goldfield was the largest town in Nevada. Its population once passed more than 20,000 people, with luxury hotels, theaters, and streets that were always alive. Gold flowed heavily, money moved fast, and the town became a symbol of prosperity in the harsh desert. But that glory was fragile. The mines began to decline, labor conflicts heated up, and in 1923, a major fire consumed part of the town. After that, Goldfield never truly recovered. People left, businesses closed, and slowly, life disappeared, leaving behind a shell of a town that still stands today. Goldfield is still alive today, but only technically. Its population is down to the hundreds, surrounded by empty buildings, old hotels, and remnants of a golden age frozen in time. Many believe the town is haunted, especially around the old hotel and mining areas. If there is one town in Nevada with a serious reputation for being not alone, Tonopah may be at the top. Located in the middle of the desert, far from any major city, Tonopah grew from the silver mining boom of the early 1900s. Thousands of people came to work underground in dangerous conditions, chasing wealth that was often paid for with human lives. One of its most famous tragedies happened in 1911, when a mine fire killed more than a dozen miners. What truly makes Tonopah famous is its paranormal stories. Old hotels, former mines, and public buildings are often linked to sightings and strange events. Many visitors come out of curiosity, and more than a few leave with stories they cannot easily explain. If other towns have dark pasts, Pioche feels like it was built on violence itself. Located in Nevada's remote hills, Pioche was once one of the wildest mining towns of the Wild West era. In the late 1800s, when silver was discovered here, people poured in, not only miners, but also gamblers, bandits, and people living outside the law. In just a few years, violent deaths rose sharply. There is even a famous story that dozens of people died before the first natural death was ever recorded. Law in Pioche was almost non-existent at the time. Shootings, fights, and executions without trial became common. Boot Hill Cemetery, which can still be visited today, stands as a silent witness to how short and brutal life in this town once was. At first glance, Virginia City looks like an ordinary tourist town, with Wild West-style buildings, souvenir shops, and old trains taking visitors through history. But behind that appearance, the town holds something much darker and not fully gone. Founded after the discovery of the Comstock lode, one of the largest silver deposits in American history, Virginia City quickly exploded into a wealthy town. Thousands of miners went underground every day, working in dangerous conditions that often ended in fatal accidents. Major fires also struck the town several times, destroying buildings and taking lives. Today, many of its historic buildings still stand and are still used, but many believe they are not empty. Hotels, theaters, and even old streets are often linked to sightings and strange activity. Located along the extraterrestrial highway, Rachel is just a tiny point in the vast Nevada desert. Its population is not even in the dozens. There is no clear town center, no busy movement, only a few simple buildings standing in the middle of endless empty land. What makes Rachel different is its location. The town sits very close to Area 51, the most mysterious military facility in America. For years, this region has been surrounded by conspiracy theories about secret experiments, hidden technology, and even the possible presence of extraterrestrial life. The sky above Rachel often draws attention, especially at night, when strange lights sometimes appear to move without any clear pattern. Silver Peak feels like the last point before the world truly runs out. Located near Clayton Valley, far from main roads and almost untouched by modern development, this small town barely appears on the map. Its population is extremely small, only a few dozen people, and most activity centers on one thing: the lithium mine nearby. Beyond that, there is almost nothing. There is no busy town center, no clear social life. Simple buildings stand far apart, separated by wide stretches of silent desert. During the day, heat and dust dominate. But when night falls, the atmosphere changes completely. Total darkness, no lights, no sound, only the wind, which sometimes feels like something moving in the distance. Beatty is often called a gateway, but not to anything comfortable. It is a gateway to places that feel stranger the farther you go. Located on the edge of the Nevada desert, near the entrance to Death Valley, Beatty was originally just a stopover town for miners and travelers. Even today, its role feels the same. People arrive, stop for a moment, then leave. Few truly settle. What makes Beatty feel different is what surrounds it. Not far from here is Rhyolite, a ghost town frozen in decay. In another direction lies a vast desert with extreme temperatures and a landscape that feels hostile to life. It is as if Beatty stands between two worlds, one still alive and one abandoned long ago. Austin stands high in Nevada's desert mountains, almost as if it was built to stay away from the outside world. Founded in the 1860s after silver was discovered, Austin was once filled with miners and merchants who arrived with big hopes. But like many mining towns, its golden era did not last. When the mines began to decline, life faded with them, leaving a town that slowly stopped growing. Today, Austin is still inhabited, but its population is small and activity is limited. Old buildings still line the main street, many of them looking as if they have not truly changed in decades. There is not much noise, not much movement, only the mountain wind occasionally passing through town. Lovelock may look like an ordinary small town on the edge of the Nevada desert, but beneath the surface, there is a story that makes this place feel much older and darker than it appears. The town stands near Lovelock Cave, a cave long tied to legend. According to Paiute stories, the cave was once home to red-haired giants known as the Sai-Te-Ka, who were said to prey on humans. The story ends with the cave being surrounded and burned, leaving behind traces still debated today. Beyond the legend, Lovelock still feels quiet. Its population is small, activity is limited, and the surrounding landscape is dominated by wide, dry land with little life. Ely is not a dead town. It still breathes, still moves, but in a way that feels too slow, as if it has been left far behind by time. Located in eastern Nevada, far from major routes, Ely grew from mining and the railroad. In the past, the sound of machines, workers, and economic activity filled the town. The copper mines around it became the backbone of life, providing jobs as well as serious risks for those who worked inside them. Today, Ely is still inhabited, but on a much smaller scale. Many old buildings still stand. Some have been renovated, while others look like silent witnesses to a past that will never return. The streets are not busy, and the rhythm of life feels slow, almost still. Battle Mountain is often called an uninteresting town, but that is exactly what makes it strange. This place feels like it is in the middle of everything, and somehow nowhere at all. Located at a desert crossroads in Nevada, Battle Mountain is surrounded by a wide, barren landscape that barely changes as far as the eye can see. The sky is open, the roads are long, and the distance between places feels farther than it should. During the day, the town looks ordinary, quiet, maybe too quiet. Battle Mountain has no major horror story or famous legend, and that is what makes it feel odd. There is nothing clear to fear, but also nothing that truly makes you comfortable. Winnemucca does not look scary. In fact, compared to other towns in Nevada, it feels more alive. But that is exactly what makes it strange. Winnemucca feels like a stopover that never truly becomes a destination. Located along Interstate 80, this town has long been a transit point for travelers, truck drivers, and anyone crossing the Nevada desert. People arrive, get gas, eat for a moment, then leave. That cycle repeats day and night. But beneath that activity, something feels empty. Many buildings look functional, but they do not carry a strong sense of life. The streets can feel busy for a moment, then suddenly fall quiet without warning. It is as if the town only comes alive when people pass through, not because it is truly lived in. Caliente may be the quietest place on this list, but that is what makes it feel like a cold ending. Not terrifying, but leaving behind a feeling that is hard to explain. Located in southeastern Nevada, this small town once lived from the railroad. Its most striking building is the Mission Revival-style station that still stands today, grand, but somehow too large for a town this small. It feels like it was built for a future that never truly arrived. Today, Caliente has a small population and a slow rhythm of life. Its streets are clean, neat, and do not show decay like other ghost towns. But that is exactly where the strange feeling comes from. Nothing is truly wrong, but nothing feels fully alive either.